Hello, everybody. This is Henry Cramer with 605 Chaser. And take a look at this. Is a look. Today we're looking at August 17th. That's tomorrow because I'm recording it on the 16th. But we got a slight risk for Sioux Falls. Is it possible that we're going to have some storms? Could the tornado risk be there? Let's take a look at that. Ooh, we got a 2%. We're going to have to take a look. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I want to show you guys what could or could not happen. I really want to make sure you guys are aware. Look at the wind threat. That's a little bit higher for the Sioux Falls, Mitchell, O'Neill, North Platte, all of those areas. And then as we take a look at the hail, that threat is there as well. Now this video is concentrating on southeastern portions of South Dakota and northeast portions of Nebraska. So we want to figure out what exactly is the deal. What's the timing, Henry? We want to figure this out. Don't just lead us on. Well, I'm getting right there. Storms should fire around 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time over eastern North Dakota and west central Minnesota, plus a separate batch over the Black Hills. Let's take a look at that all together. All right, using the HRRR weather model that was updated at 12Z because we don't have the time frame to go out that far, this is what it kind of looks like. There it is, 3 p.m. Aberdeen could have some hailers in there, and then some of those cells become discrete. 6 p.m. we're looking at there over in northeastern portion of South Dakota. But it moves along. There it is, that west central part of Minnesota. But look at these, some outliers right here. This is where it's going to be 9 p.m. And this could end up not coming to fruition. We'll have to see how it plays out. The main thing here, as always, is just stay weather alert. We can't really rule out anything at this point. But if this one comes true, a few little poppers over by Salem, South Dakota around 11 p.m. is possible. In this video, we're going to take a look at some other weather models as well. So for this, we're taking a look at the Rufus model, the RRFS model. And this kind of hits the nail on the head of what the SPC was kind of saying. It starts in portions of North Dakota around 3 p.m., right? So this is a 12Z. So we're comparing our HRRR to the RRFS model here as well for the same time frame. As we move this thing along, 5 p.m., this looks a little bit more realistic. And let's see how it plays out. There's a look at around 7 p.m. You can kind of see where it is. But what about Sioux Falls, Henry? What is that going to do? It's going to possibly completely die out. Oof. Punch. That's around 3 o'clock in the morning right there. Doesn't really look like it's going to be too much, but things could change and could evolve. Back it up to 8 p.m. Take a look at that. I want to move on through here. A few little poppers. I would say Norfolk and Pierce area if I was going to target something, but that's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's take a look at the 0 to 3 CAPE. This is the convective of available potential energy. Is there energy still there? Around 1 o'clock in the morning, it says there is. Watertown, Brookings area. We back it up. Plenty of energy there, but it loses its thunder. Sorry for the pun. As we go into the overnight hours. However, there's CAPE. There's surface-based CAPE. If we take a look at that, back it up. Look at that at 8 p.m. The amount of energy that's there over Platte and Mitchell and Parkston area, there's plenty of CAPE, convective available potential energy for those storms to become surface-based. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why this tornado outlook is in there. Because the fuel that it needs is there. There's a few other parameters that are needed. What are those parameters? There's one really neat ingredient, and that is, come on, where is it? We got to see what the CIN, the CIN, surface-based CIN is around that time frame. So 3 o'clock, the cap or the lid in the atmosphere starts to erode. You can start to see clearer skies here potentially. And as it goes along, then that CIN starts to build up. Those are those storms. But there's still pockets here where the convective available potential energy could actually allow for structure to build, because it's only 78, 67 joules per kilogram around 10 p.m. And that's why those storms could fire off. And you can see it kind of right here, that big opening. And if they fire off quickly, if that lid or the cap in the atmosphere erodes really fast, we'll have explosive storms in some areas, and then they'll just putter out because it'll lose all of that energy so quickly. Stay tuned for more amazing videos from the 605 Chaser team.